Hi, Shannon O'Flaherty here. And it's so nice to have you all here with me today for this Facebook Live. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the solar plexus chakra and momentum. I've been in private practice for 20 years, and I've integrated the best tools and techniques into my work with chakras and with energy medicine so that I can help people discover and recognize and really heal those dark pixelated parts of ourselves, those limiting beliefs, subconscious limiting beliefs that are holding us back in every single level of our lives. And I really help people up their vibration to a level of love or even higher. And I help people bring up their happiness factor, because we really need to be happy in life in order to succeed at anything. And our solar plexus chakra is one of our main chakras that's putting us out there in the world to do just that. So now let's see if I can get this up here. First time, look at that. Right. And so our solar plexus chakra, or our third chakra, which is located at the bottom of the sternum bone and often vibrates to the color yellow, hence this, is all about our personal will and intention. And this is where we digest new concepts and situations and decide where we want to go in our life. And so when it's in balance, we have the ability to be the master of our own experience, and we can really easily identify what's necessary and important to us to support the life that we want to live without compromising ourselves. But when it's out of balance, we may feel indecisive or feel a lack of direction, or maybe we'll even experience digestive issues or be unwilling or maybe even unable to trust our own intuition. So our solar plexus chakra absolutely has to do with our momentum in life. And it affects our self-esteem and how we feel about ourselves. We might not feel worthy in any aspect of our lives. We might take ourselves and what we know for granted. And of course, not feeling worthy is one of those dark pixels that's stuck down there in our subconscious. Or having lack of self-esteem is also one of those dark pixels. So maybe even what about the need to feel independent? These are all ways that we go out in the world, and our solar plexus chakra is working overtime to find what is our will in life, what is our intention. And I teach my students how to identify all of these dark stuck pixels, all of these blockers, and heal them so that they're no longer holding us back in life. I remember visiting my mother in the States one year before Christmas. And at the time, Bobby Baby and I were really very poor. But my mother and I went to this outlet shop to do some pre-Christmas shopping, and the pound was really strong at that time, so it was really cheap to shop in America. So I was going to take advantage of this. And all day long, I bought my kids and Bobby Baby all sorts of stuff for Christmas, saving a lot of money, really good deals. And then finally, I saw this dress, a really cute dress. I really remember it very clearly. It was a long t-shirt dress. It was a super pale pink, and it was radically reduced for only $7. And so at the checkout, I was just like, oh, no. And I went to go take this dress back. And my mother was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I was like, oh, well, I don't really need it. And she said, Shannon, it's $7. You've been spending money all day on you and Bob, and you can't even buy a $7 dress for yourself. You look great in this dress. But I couldn't justify it. And she said, I can't believe it, Shannon. You have no self-esteem. And I couldn't believe that she was telling me this. So she bought me the dress. Are any of you relating to this? Type me below in the comments if you can relate to how I was feeling at that time. Have you ever just been not able to give yourself even the smallest little gift because why? No self-esteem, not worthy, not deserving, not feeling it? You know, our self-esteem issues really block our momentum. So to continue with the story, when we got back to her house, she gave me a stack of photographs that I had sent her. I was really good about sending my mother copies of our photographs. This was before the digital age, and I would date them and label all of them. And they were all beautiful photos of me doing lots of amazing things with my kids, baking bread, walking in the country, making costumes, whatever they were. And this particular photo here really got to me. So that's me with my two sons. And on the back of the photograph, here it is. It says Valentine's Day, 1996. Forrest is 4, Rome is 2. Forrest has mini stamps on his hands and face after the Valentine's Day party I threw during half term for him and 12 of his friends. Nice mummy or what? That's what I'd written on the back of the picture. And there I am in my kitchen with all of our crap everywhere because there was absolutely no space in this tiny little house without central heating. And do you think that that 4-year-old boy there, who's now 29, big and hairy, gorgeous man, remembers that party with 12 of his friends? No, of course not. I looked at this photo and I burst out crying. And my mother took this out of the stack and she said, here, you never give yourself any credit. You put this photo where you can see it every single day to remind yourself how worthy you are. And so I did. And in fact, I had it framed. And so whenever I'm feeling remotely less than, even all of these years later, I look at this photograph and I think, yeah, I am an amazing mother. And I have a great relationship with my kids, my big hairy men now. And even though this is only just one slice of my life's pie, right? Like my family life, my home life, parenting life with my children, it immediately shifts me into balance looking at this picture because I am thinking self-worthy thoughts. So when our solar plexus chakra is out, like if we don't have self-esteem, we might feel really low, or that we don't feel deserving and worthy of joining the crowd or being our best selves or expressing ourselves. Wouldn't it be great if we could feel worthy all of the time? And wouldn't it be great to find it easy to express our truth, free from the fear of being judged by others? It's so satisfying to see my students shift into their highest truth and into deep self-awareness when they're in my class. And of course, the solar plexus chakra is also about our physical energy. Sometimes we might be feeling really apathetic and just have absolutely no motivation whatsoever to get up off the couch. And so we could spiral into laziness. Now, I mean, we all have our days when the best idea is to just watch Netflix all day, but I'm talking about not making this a habit. When that becomes your norm, when you really have no drive or motivation to do anything. And equally, of course, this affects our self-control. So many people lose it over the smallest of things. And yet we all have the tools to actually go within ourselves and learn self control so that our emotions don't have a grip over us, but so that we have control over our emotions, so that we can be better at just simply observing our emotions instead of reacting to them all the time. And it's also our personal expression of power. What what do we want to give off to the universe energetically, right? You've all heard about the law of attraction and manifesting. What we give off is what we get back. So what kind of energy are you delivering out to the universe every day? And a lot of this comes from our solar plexus chakra. So, do we want to be those people who never get out the door, where we don't do anything good for ourselves or others, where we don't trust what we know, where we feel insecure in every kind of public or private life situation, where we're the victim to our own emotions and circumstances that we ourselves have created? Oh, are you not owning your own stuff yet? Well, that's something else that we address because, like anything, just like in AA, the first thing an alcoholic has to do is own the fact that they're an alcoholic. They have to stand up and say, "Hi, I'm whatever my name is, I'm an alcoholic." And so, where we need to learn to honor ourselves. And I used to be there. I used to be there. My solar plexus chakra, among others, was almost always out of whack. So, our third chakra is where we develop our personalities and decide who we want to be and how we want to be in the world. And this chakra shifts us out of dependency on others for our happiness so that we can finally be 100% accountable for our own personal success and happiness. Not 95%. I've tried that too. Wanted to face everything except the last big hurdle, but I'm talking about 100% accountability. And in my class, From Fear into Love, you learn how to identify your subconscious limiting beliefs that are keeping your solar plexus in lockdown. My students are so surprised week one to discover just how much they've been sabotaging themselves unawares. So it's in this chakra where we hold beliefs about ourselves like, I'm successful and I feel motivated. And of course, energy begets more energy, right? So when your solar plexus chakra is balanced, you're going to feel confident and worthy, and you're going to be able to make decisions that fully align with your intentions. I mean, maybe even some of you aren't even aware of what your intentions are. A lot of what I teach is getting very clear on what you're thinking in your mind in the first place, because most of the time, many people don't even realize all of the thoughts, all of that monkey chatter that's going around and around in their brain. And of course, energetically, that comes out through your solar plexus with worry and doubt or fragmentation or whatever it is that you're circling around and not being conscious of. Being conscious of everything that you're thinking and of all of the energy that you're putting out is one of the best gifts in the whole world that you could ever give to yourself. So we'll have a strong and appreciative sense of our own self-worth and value in the world. And so when we do, so will other people. And we'll stop losing control at the smallest thing, and we'll be able to take our emotions into account in any situation. And we'll stop giving up our power to people and kind of energetic agreements that we've made with people, like staying in toxic environments when it's really not good for us. And we'll stop creating dependent and addiction-based relationships. Instead, we'll be the ones who get to the top of the mountain and are able to breathe the clean, crisp air and feel empowered because of our physicality and see life from a higher perspective. So when our third chakra is shut down, we literally lose our power. Our heart races, we feel a knot in our stomach, or we hold our breath. We feel overwhelmed, and basically our fight or flight response literally prepares us for the worst. And that is all energy that you are putting out into the world every day, maybe without being aware of that. Most people aren't aware that that's a vibration that you're putting out, which is saying, hey, universe, this is what I want more of. Terrifying thought, right? And so we finally want to allow ourselves to do something different than we've been doing so far. And I've said so many times before, people only change when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the fear of change. Humans don't like change, but when I realize that I'm not looking at something in my life, that's when I turn right around and look at it, right? This is facing the invisible monster under the bed, because once you face your fear, it no longer has its grip on you. So how much is it costing you to stay stuck in your uncomfortable comfort zone? We create these comfort zone barriers all around us, but they're motivated by fear. And because all of our self-esteem issues, secretly, we're afraid to have to actually get up off the couch and take action, or learn something new, or discover something that we're afraid of finding out about. Or maybe we simply don't trust that we'll succeed. Or maybe it's that very thought of success that absolutely terrifies us, because then what happens? Oh my God, I'll be seen, I'll be heard. These are all the things that keep us stuck. But we don't realize we're stuck because we're so great at making excuses. So how much is this costing you? Is this costing you the life you've been dreaming of? Is this costing you your health? Is it costing you the career that you're perfectly capable of doing if you had enough bravery to take the first step in the first place? Why not choose to live your dream life? Because we all have the potential. And the momentum comes from a balanced solar plexus chakra. If you want to learn how to keep your solar plexus chakra in balance, then I really want to hear from you. Of course, all of our chakras work hand in hand together, which is why we start healing from the root chakra up, because we don't want to suddenly jump into our heart when we have all of this unhealed dark pixels lower down. We want to clear ourselves out in a nice systematic way so that we can be absolutely shining our brightest light by the time we get to our higher, more spiritual chakras. Isn't it time to stop making excuses and start to commit to yourself? I'd really love to hear from you if you're finally ready to make this year your new you year. So please private message me and book a 20-minute complimentary mind shift call, because I would love to chat with you and see where you're stuck and help you reframe that idea. I want to help you see where your blind spots are so that you can finally step over that comfort line into your very best self. I've so enjoyed sharing this information about the solar plexus chakra and the momentum that you need to take. We all need to take it to live our very best lives now. Lots of love, and I'll see you in the next video.